When we first became a step family, just like you, we didn't quite know what we were getting into.
Scarlett and Randall Tandy here from Enjoying Your Blended Family, and we have been a blended family for over 15 years. And not only did we have to figure out how to handle the day-to-day struggles that come with being in a step family, about 7 years in, our biggest fear happened and each of our kids went to go live with their other parent.
We went through seasons of zero connection with each one of our kids, and we had to get really creative on ways to reestablish and reconnect those relationships.
And through prayer and becoming very intentional, God restored our family in true God-like fashion and made it better than we could have ever imagined or hoped for.
So God has called us to help other families do the same thing, to make those connections. So if you're looking for stronger relationships, deeper connections, and more communication, then we believe it truly starts with being intentional and creating these fun opportunities in our family.
Click the link so that you can get quick access to the process that we use to help you find common interests in your family so that you can be more intentional on spending time with your kids, your spouse, and your family as a whole.
We believe you can take the step out of step family and create a blended family that you truly enjoy.
You can find our podcast on Enjoying Your Blended Family on YouTube or anywhere that you listen to podcasts. And while you're sitting there, go ahead and follow us on social media.
So when you have more fun, you'll see less problems.
Hey, welcome to part 4. So part 4 is when we are going to take all that we have been gathering and organize it into 2 sheets. So we're going to take what you did in part 1, where you were discovering your own interests, where you were daydreaming of those activities. Your spouse was doing the same. And then part 2, where y'all were coming together and y'all were talking about those things. And then part 3, where you joined in with the family and y'all had a fun family hangout. I mean, how cool was that?
Yeah.
And now you're going to take all of that information and we're going to organize it in a way that you have it as a quick reference guide for your family. It's going to be like your blended family Bible in a sense, because you're going to be able to go back.
Common interest Bible.
Yes, a common interest Bible, something you can go back to. And so we're going to dig into more of that here in just a minute on what that's going to look like and show you some examples from that using ours that we've been doing.
Sheets. Yeah. So kind of everything that you've been following along with us, kind of our examples. What we did was we went ahead and expanded our examples. What we did in part 1, now we split it to where we got a his and a hers as if we had done that. And then we have our kids, right? You saw that in part 3 to where we got her kid, her 2, and then mine. And yours is going to look different depending on how many kids you have. So those are the sheets that you're bringing. So this is really the cool part, that now all the work you've done, all the fun work, right? All the fun work that you've done, now you're organizing it and pulling all the valuable information out of it. That's the great thing about this. What you want to do is you're going to have your 2 sheets. These are the exploring your interest sheets, right? You got the exploring your interest sheets. I labeled mine his and then hers. So we've got both of those, right? She explored just her interests, what she liked. I explored my interests. We did our family interests. These were the same sheets that we brought in part 2, and we came together and we shared each other's, and it was a wonderful moment. We had such a good time. It really is fun sharing, being able to share each other's dreams and likes and things of that. So you're bringing these into part 4 with you, and then you're bringing your kids' interest. So now this is a sheet that you started in part 1. You did your biological kids, and then your spouse did their biological kids, and you've got information. Yours will probably look a lot more than ours. We're just throwing in a few of the examples. So you might have it all, and you might have turned and you're writing on the back. I mean, it could be that much. So that's a great thing. The more you have, the better, right? So don't let these limit you. But you're taking these sheets, and if you have more kids, then you're going to have more of these sheets, right? So that's the cool thing about it. So you've got those sheets, and that's really what you're bringing to the table. You're bringing those in this part, but by the end of it, now you're going to have this peach. So the peach color sheets right here, you're going to have 2 of them, and this is what you're going to walk away with. So the others, once you're done with part 4, you don't need those anymore. This is what you're going to have. These will be your reference sheets. Now, the parents list that we have for you is going to have your couple's common interest. the things that you and your spouse like doing together. Then it's going to have your parent kid common interest, the things that you're noticing with your biological kids or with your step kids, your bonus kids. You're writing those down. And this is going to be a list that you can keep in your room. You can keep anywhere where you and your spouse have access to it, because this is what you're going to plan from for that.
You don't want to hang that on your fridge because you don't need your kids to necessarily know what kind of
what
common
your
interest
couples, what me and her like, they're going to go, that's so gross. But, so they don't need to know that. But this sheet right here, this one's going to be your family's common interest. And this is going to have your small, big, and vacation common interest. This sheet, once you're done with it, you can hang this one on your fridge so your whole family can see and maybe get excited about. Maybe as you notice more things, you start writing them in or adding them. So,
and we know it's not like super clear on y'all's end there, but we're going to share our screen here in a minute and you're going to be able to see it in real life.
So you'll have that. This process will probably take about 30 minutes to an hour, depending on how fast or how much you have. So that can depend. And after you've done part 3, we say within a week, go ahead and schedule a time to do this one. Put it on the calendar, make a reminder, and then come and do this. You can do it one of 2 ways. One way, you and your spouse can come together and y'all can do this, because really what you're doing is you're going through those initial sheets with all your information and you're starting to go step by step. There are 3 steps in here, and you're looking for the interest, the common interest, the things that they like doing and that you like doing, right? So you're looking at all that. Y'all can do that together, and then you're transferring the things in common over to your lists. And then once you're done with that, you're done, finished. Or you can have an organizer. So the organizer, maybe there's somebody in your, either you or your spouse love to organize. Like organizing just really gets you excited. I'm a spreadsheets guy. She hates spreadsheets. So, maybe that is kind of one of you likes to organize. Then we say, have that one who likes organizing. They can go and they can find all the common interests, put it all over into those sheets. And then you come together as a couple and y'all talk about it and y'all look over the information. So you can do it one of 2 ways, but no matter how you do it, you and your spouse are still going to come together. Make it a fun date night again. Make it to where you're doing it over your favorite drink, or you're creating an atmosphere or something like that. Still make it fun. Make it fun that you're noticing these things, and now you're organizing them. You're like, okay, cool. Boom, putting that in the list. And now at the end of it, you're going to walk away with just 2 lists. That's going to have all your info that you're going to be able to take into part 5. And that's what you're going to start planning from. And we're going to walk you through that in part 5. So that's really cool. Like I said, this is a growing list. This is just the start. So that's the cool thing about that. But before you do, so you've planned this time and you've got your it's go time. It's that day. You're there. We say pray. Every time, you will always hear us pray about it. You and your spouse come together and pray. And just if you need it, we have these prayer in part 4 as well. So you can use that to guide you, or you can read that, use that as your prayer, either way. But you're coming together as a couple and just saying, God, help us to organize this in a way that works for us, that we can start seeing how we can create these cool, fun opportunities. So you're really just inviting God in. So that's all we're doing. And we're saying, amen, go time, make it happen. So you got 3 steps in here. So this is the O, right? This is part 4, the O in enjoy. So it's organized, and this is putting it all together. So 3 steps. You got step 10, step 11, and step 12. So in step 10, what you're going to do is you're going to look at your couple's common interest, right? So we talked about that. We're going to look at that. Then step 11, we're going to look at the parent-kid common interest. And then step 12, we're going to look at the family common interest, the small, the big, the vacation things. So these 2 sheets kind of walk you through all of that anyway. We just laid it out that way. Okay, yeah, I've done that kind of process to make it a little easier to keep up with. But it should go fairly quick, like I said, depending on what you have. So
And like for me, even though I'm not an organizer, like this is fun for me to see like and talk about things that light my spouse up on fire and the things that my kids love to do, and just to find those common interests. It's like, oh yeah, I can't wait. Like this is exciting. So like we say with each one of these, making it that atmosphere, making it into a pleasant time. Maybe it's you and your spouse grab your favorite drink and you go sit out on the back porch and take these papers with you in the evening and make it like a time for y'all to come together, but create that atmosphere so it's not work,
Yeah.
because it's not meant to be work or hard. It's something, again, like we're saying, that's enjoyable.
Yeah.
And you're talking about things that you enjoy and you're putting it together in a way that you're going to have that quick reference.
Exactly. So now it's time to get started. It's time to dive in. So
All right, so I want to stop and pause right there because Randall's fixing to go into describing the resources that go along with what we're going to be sharing all summer, called How to Enjoy Your Blended Family. And as he goes into the details about each one of those things, I want to make sure you know where you can get them. So be sure to check out the show notes or look in the caption if you're watching this on YouTube and click on those links. I'm going to go ahead and put in the PDFs free for you. This is all part of a course that actually costs like $100, but for this summer, we're giving it to you just so that you have the resource for your family so that y'all can be at your best this summer. You also have the option to get the ebook / the audio version of the ebook, which is available on Amazon. So if you want the full package with it all laid out there in front of you, go ahead and check that out so you can just sit there and scroll and read. Or if you're more like me where you like to listen to the audio, go ahead and purchase that. That's the only thing that costs, but everything else, the things that he talks about, it's gonna all be in the links below that you can click on and download for easy access, so that when you get started over the next few weeks to follow the Enjoy the Journey process, the How to Enjoy Your Blended Family comes with a process built into it called Enjoy the Journey. That is the resources that we're giving you today. Now, before we get back to it, I want to share with you another resource that we found that you're going to want to utilize for your step family this summer. Check it out. All right, summer is right around the corner. And I know for some of y'all that might even be giving you a little bit of anxiety because it means maybe your stepkids or maybe even your biological kids are going to be home more, or maybe the opposite of that. And they're going to be gone and you feel like you're going to be missing out on opportunities to spend time together as a family. So I wanted to share with you something that's going to help you be more intentional as a blended family. And I've shared this before, but I just want to reiterate it again. It's something called Get Out Pass. Purchase the Get Out Pass one time for each of your family members, and then for an entire year, you have access to get into all of these different locations. It's different for every city that is partnering with them. You get into that place at least one time for free. If they're doing a special discount, if you use the code BFAM, you're going to go spend money anyway, so why not save money right now?
So sweet. Y'all ready to get started? We're going to kind of walk this process through. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with the first sheet. We're going to look at the parents list. So you're going to start with this one and you're going to start with the first column. You're going to look at the couple's common interest and you're going to start with the small things. So what you want to do is you want to go back to your information, your information that you gathered, that you wrote down. I took time to write mine down. She took time to write hers down. And you can have it on your phone if you want, or you can print it out, but you can hold it together. That way I'm looking at that column and I'm looking at her column and I'm looking at my column. And really, I'm just wanting to look on the small things. What do we have in common? Like I said, you're going to have like all this is going to be listed out. You're going to have a whole bunch of things. Both of you are going to have a whole bunch of things. So you're looking at it, you're looking down your interest, you're looking at your small interest. And like here, we're looking at this and I've got a highlighter that makes it easier for me to see if I've got it here. You can either try to highlight or circle on the computer, depending on the computer you're using and the functions you have for PDFs. Will determine, what you can and can't do here.
Oh, I see off the bat, coffee.
Coffee is good. So I'm looking, I'm like, okay, well, we both like coffee. So I'm looking at that. We're going to go ahead and share the screen on what this would look like for your parents list. Okay, so now we've got our list up. And so we noticed right off the bat, I'm looking at mine and her sheet, and we both like coffee. So, that's a small thing. So we're writing coffee here. And then I'm looking and I'm like, okay, well, I like that. She doesn't. She likes that. I don't. Oh, we both like the hammock. The hammock, hanging out in the hammock is really cool. So I'm highlighting that and we're saying, hey, put hammock on there because we both love a good hammock. And then I'm looking and, oh, we both like a good walk. So we can say walk around the block. We both like doing that. That's fun for us. So we're like, sweet, awesome. Okay, she likes a cozy blanket. I could care less. I like an afternoon tea. She doesn't really care about an afternoon tea. So, we're looking at different things and we're kind of going, oh no, you see, I missed one. She does like tea. She likes tea and I like tea. So there we go. We like a good cup of tea. So we're writing tea.
I was like looking at the list. It says petting cat.
She likes to pet our cat. She's just like, she loves our cat.
I like cat videos
okay,
too.
short story. She loves our cat and she's kind of like, come here and let me pet you. And the cat keeps trying to run
It's
away.
very
So
similar to my parenting style. You
No,
will
love
love me, child. You will love me. I will go get it from asleep. It'll be like hidden and it's like cozy spot. And I'll be like, oh, where's the kitten right now? Let me go find it. And I'll grab it and come sit and like hold it. And the kids will be like, it doesn't look happy. And I was like, because I'm forcing it.
So she likes petting.
But then the cat will go and climb in Randall's lap and
yeah,
get all nice and sweet.
And cats are weird because I could care less, and I think that's why the cat. I don't know. Who knows?
Definitely,
it's probably like kids, right? No, I don't know. But so you're gonna back to it. We're gonna look at all the small common interests, and that just named a few that we had on ours. Like I said, you're gonna have by this, you'll have a lot more. And you're just noticing the things that y'all like doing together. These are things you can start planning. Like if we both like, well, and we'll get into that in part 5.
And they're the small things. They're things that you can put in your day-to-day stuff. Yeah.
Day, weekly schedules, things like that you both enjoy doing together. And so those are great things just as a date or things like that we're going to take in part 5, and we're going to start picking one and planning something, right? And so we'll walk through that in part 5, but this is just really organizing your list. So then we're going down to big interests and our big common interest. And I'm looking at both of our lists. I'm like, hey, we both like bowling. Score. So, we need to go bowling more is what that tells us. And we never go bowling. And that's crazy because we both like to bowl.
Yeah, it is crazy.
So see, you start noticing those things. So now we're organizing, putting it into here. And then you see we both like concerts. So we like going to concerts. She likes going shopping. I don't like going shopping. No, we both do not like that.
Oh, wait, let me sneak that in. Let me
sneak it in. But the cool thing about this is the things that we don't necessarily like doing together. She likes going shopping. That's something she can go. Or maybe she's starting to notice that some of the kids like shopping and things of that. So,
so instead of dragging your spouse that doesn't like to shop along, you now have ideas, okay, with the kids.
Take someone else that does like to shop, right?
Yeah.
So you're doing that. And so we both like the movie theaters. We love going to the movies. So we do like movies. So that's awesome. We like museums. We both love going to museums. So, you're getting the idea, but you're just kind of walking through all this. And now the things that you both like doing, you're putting over there. And as we said in part 1, there may be some things in part 1, but in part 2, when you were sharing with your spouse that they were saying, oh, yeah, I like doing that too. And then you wrote that on your list, right? So we're taking those common things, putting them over here. Now, the last thing, the things we're interested in trying. Oh. So we're going down to the bottom. And what are some things that we're interested in trying? We both want to take a Samba class. We need to know how to dance, y'all. So Samba class, we got cooking class. We love taking classes. We're just class type people. Rock climbing. We've actually been rock climbing, and that was real fun.
Legit rock climbing, not like the fake.
No, this was Colorado on a side of a mountain climbing. So that was really fun. I like scuba diving. She does not. She's
Mm-mm.
actually skydived. I have not, but we both want to skydive. So we're putting
Okay.
skydiving there. So we're doing that. And so skydiving. So, and then you just keep going down the list. So that's part 10. That's what you do in part 10. You're just noticing the things y'all like doing together, the small things, big things, and things you're interested in. So now that you're done with your interest and you figured out your couple's common interest, that's step 10. So now we're moving to step 11, which is the parent kid common interest. So now we're coming over here to the parent kid interest side. And now what you're doing is you're looking at your kids' interest list and just take one. I could do me first, right? I could say, well, I'm taking my list and my interests, and I'm looking at my stepkids list. And I'm looking and I'm saying, okay, well, let me see here. Oh, Devin likes to play basketball. I like to play basketball. So I'm coming over to that column and I'm writing,
Oh, because you're the husbands.
right.
Okay.
And so I'm writing down there, I'm writing Devin dash basketball. And I'm putting the kid's name and I'm putting what we like doing together. And see, I'm trying to figure out, okay, well, with my stepkids, what are things that we have in common? Well, because now you're taking everything you learned in part 3 about your kids and you're kind of looking down their list and saying, okay, well, cool. So I'm looking at Devin and I'm like, okay, well, let me see. We both like the park. The park's fun. So, we got a park. We like puzzles. I like doing puzzles and concerts. I like going to concerts, movies. I like going to movies, arcades. I love a good arcade. And you're just looking at, okay, for that child, what do I have in common with them? What are some things that I could maybe say, hey, Devin, you want to go to the arcades with me? And, something like that. Let's go to the arcades, man. Let's go play some video games or
Mm.
something like that. Right. And so you're starting to notice things that you can start creating opportunities. Now, we're going to talk more in part 5 of the planning and really creating a plan to do that, an easy, simple plan.
But isn't
So,
it getting you excited? Like I know when we were doing this and filling it out, it's like, oh man, there's so many different opportunities to do
yeah,
stuff to make those memories with your family. And you want to get like, especially after we finished our couples one, I'm like, I have like 15 dates planned right there, like in order. Like it's awesome.
it gets you out of your normal routine. And we always say that whenever you're doing things you normally wouldn't do, things outside of your box or things that are just not outside of the normal, you create stronger memories.
Mhm.
You create lasting memories. And when you can do that with your family, man, I'm telling you, you're creating memories that you will look back and laugh on and just always remember. It really does help build your relationships by doing this.
Yeah,
So
especially if you find things that both of y'all wanted to try. So you and your stepkid both had something on your try list, and now you've never experienced something before, and now you're trying it for the very first time. That right there in itself just is known to like bond you with that
for
person.
sure. That's the power and the beauty in this. So I'm looking at Devin and then I'm looking at, okay, now I'm going to Riley and I'm saying, okay, well, what do I have in common with Riley? And I'm looking, she loves playing soccer. I like soccer. So,
Which
I'm,
Riley?
we had 2 Rileys. We get really confused. The
Is it still stepkid?
Ryleigh. Yeah.
Okay.
So we got to figure out which kid we're even talking about. This is how confusing it gets. But we're looking at that and we both like playing soccer. Okay, sweet. We both love the pool. I love the pool. So, and then I'm looking at my list, looking at hers, and I'm like, okay, she loves drawing. I like drawing. Maybe we could do something drawing together or something all the time. And you're just looking at that and finding all the common interest. And then you can do this for your biological kids too, right? So I could go over to my biological kid and just keep expanding that list and we could keep going down and I could sit there and look at Riley Rain and go let me see, she liked music. I love music. So music, the park, art, so things like that, and I'm creating a list there. Then we go up and then we do our spouse. Then we look at our spouse and then they're doing the same thing. They're coming with their list and saying, okay, well, what do I have in common with Riley? Or Riley, Riley. And you're looking and you're like, ooh, fashion. Y'all like doing fashion things. You like the park. Y'all like shopping. Shopping's a good thing. Museums, you like museums. And so you're just listing all those out. And then you go to your next child and your next child, and you keep going down. So that kind of gives you the idea of what that looks like. So we're doing that. And that is step 11. So that's your parent kid common interest. So now we're moving to the last step. The last step is your family's common interest. So here, what we're doing is we're starting out with a small common interest. We're looking across the board. We're looking at all of our kids. We're looking at our small interest, and we're saying, okay, what does everybody like doing that's small? And you can, if you printed them out, you can kind of spread them out that way you're looking, and you're highlighting things that you find, like the park. We all like the park. So it's like, cool. Okay, well, we'll write the park down. That's something that it's right here down the road. We could go to the park. We're looking, you're just kind of looking through all of your list, and you're saying, okay, well, let me see the pool. We all like hanging out by the pool, and you're riding the pool, and that's what you're doing. You're going through all of these, your small interests, and you're just listing them all. What now? The thing with this is, it doesn't have to be like if there are 5 people in your family, it doesn't have to be all 5 of you have to like that. It could be 3 of you, it could be 4 of you, it could be something like that, but it's the majority of you that you see like it. Go ahead and put it down, and maybe that's something that later on you start taking more notice, and you're saying, well, us 3 like going to the pool, so we'll go to the pool and hang out, or something like that. That creates just the inner bonding moments too. But we're looking at the family common interest right now, just those small ones that the majority of you like doing. If all 5 of you like it, awesome, definitely put it on. If 4 of you like it, put it on. 3 of you like it, use your discretion. So, and then if you have a larger number, of course, it's you add more to that. So you're looking at all that. So you're doing the small common interest, then you're going to the big common interest. You're going over to that side, and you're being like, you know what, we all like going to concerts. Concerts are just an awesome thing. We all like going out to eat. Going out to eat, cool. Yeah, I was seeing all that. We all love
Museums. I knew
museums. We all like movies. We like going out to the movie theater. So, and then you're just sitting here noticing all of your interests, all of your family's interests that y'all like doing as a family. So you're doing all that. And then the last thing is, now you're looking at your vacations. You're looking at all the vacation spots that y'all all have in common that you like. So, we can look, and we all love the beach. 4 out of 5 of us love the beach. So we're putting the beach on there. We got Disney World. Disney World's one of them. We like Paris. We want to go to Paris. Our budget won't let us go to Paris.
We all want to go to Paris. We don't know if we like it. We think we will.
But that's the thing, is you still write it down. Whenever we go to planning, it's budget dictating. We may not be able to do that. It may be a staycation, so you're looking for things that you can do here local.
But if you see that that's something that like your whole family wants to go to Paris, then it might not be within this year, but like you're planning out in the future, which we'll talk more on that in part 5, but just know that it's like, okay to dream big.
Yeah. Dream big and have those plans. And maybe that's a 10-year goal that you're shooting for yourself and your family. That's awesome too. Maybe you're putting back a little money every year to do one big vacation. And maybe every year before that, you're doing smaller vacations, or, whatever, this is your plan. And that's the beauty in this. No one else can tell you how to do it. This is you. We're just giving you a structure to help find all the interests that you like, that your family likes, to put it down in these 2 lists. So by the end of it, you're going to have those lists, and you're going to have them all kind of spelled down, and you're going to have everything, your small common interest, your big common interest, your vacation list. You're going to have all that. So we can stop screen sharing now.
All righty.
So you're going to have your 2 lists now, and they're going to be filled out. You're going to have gone through step 10, finding your couple's common interest. You're going to go through step 11, finding your parent kid's interest, that you're going through each kid and finding an interest that I have, that she has. And then you're going to do your family interest, common interest, your big, your small, your vacation spots. And you're going to walk away with 2 sheets that have just your list of all the things y'all like doing together as a family. And as we said, your parent list, we labeled it parent list, that one's for you and your spouse, keep, in your bedroom or wherever. And then this one you can hang on the fridge, you can put it in your office, wherever, just something, because we're going to take both these lists. We're going to use them in part 5 to start creating your plan, a small, simple, easy to do plan, and to where now we are making and creating fun opportunities for us to have more fun and see less problems. Awesome.
Yes.
Well, love you guys. Y'all get to work, get this done. Like I said, make it fun. Have a fun time doing this. Dream together as you and your spouse. And we will see you in part 5. Bye, guys.
Thanks for joining us today. We hope this episode has been a blessing and encouraged your family journey.
Make sure you stay connected with us and join our weekly Blended Family newsletter. We send an email out every Friday morning full of support and encouragement.
And when you join, we also want to give you a free gift. So go get yours today. The link is in the show notes below.
Have an amazing day. Remember to enjoy the journey with your blended family, and we'll see you on the next episode.